Coming up tonight on the Delmarva Sports Insider, the Delmarva Wildcats looking to go 7-0 and win their 18th straight game up against Seaford.
And still to come later on tonight, the top two teams in the Bayside Conference went head-to-head last night. Highlights from James M. Bennett and North Carolina are straight ahead.
That's right, and Dover looking to be the latest team to hand Smyrna a conference loss. Are we seeing a changing of the guard in the Henlopen? I think so.
And just like that, we take the snap and we are ready for another edition of Delmarva Sports Insider on a beautiful Friday night. Thank you for joining us. I'm Ryan Eldridge alongside Trayvon Miles. Jeff Harrison, a short distance away, is Jonah Restuccio.
That's right. Welcome to your new favorite show, the Delmarva Sports Insider.
That's right. It's the only show giving you in-depth analysis to all sports right here along the Eastern Shore.
Right. And this show is all about delivering highlights, right?
That's
so
right.
Let's get right into it. Some of the big games doesn't get any bigger than the one we're about to talk about, Smyrna versus Dover. And we were just talking about it a little bit here.
Yeah.
A big game, a lot on the line.
That's right. Smyrna coming off their first conference loss since 2014. Of course, looking to bounce back. It's been a long time looking to bounce back at home, taking on 5-1 Dover. And I'll tell you what, this was a good matchup coming out of the gate. Some pretty uniforms right there, but not looking good early on for Smyrna. Jordan McGee going to hit Javon Peace back at the end zone. Get used to hearing that name. It's 14-0 early. Next Smyrna drive, that guy again. Javon Peace going to punch the ball out. Check this out. Massive effort on the play. Take it from the 1-yard line, and he's racing 99 yards, going all the way to the house for his second score of the game. He had 3 in the first half.
What a player. Now, just before the half, Smyrna looking to make it a game. Stephen Whaley gets the handoff, and he runs it in from 15 yards out. 2-point conversion is good, so Smyrna down 30-8 at the half. First Eagles possession of the second half, and Aiden Sanchez hits a wide-open Iman Roberts, and he races in for the score. So just like that, Smyrna is back in it. The Eagles, they would come to within 8, but the Smyrna defense just could not stop number 1. He wears that number 1, by the way, for a reason. Peace runs it in to put the game on ice for his 4th score of the game. The Senators, they take it over Smyrna with a final of 46-38.
We was just like, we got to pick it up. We knew that was going to happen. We knew, like, because usually we should start good and we fall off in the second half, but that wasn't a factor this time. They fought back, but we fought better. I just seen him. He just try to go over the line, snatch it out of his hand. Nobody didn't blow the whistle, so I just kept going. I scored off of that.
Did somebody give Javon a mic or a football?
He can score touchdowns.
I know.
You teach him how to hold the microphone.
The realest interview on TV when Javon Peace gets the microphone.
What is the instant takeaway? I mean, other than Javon Peace using a microphone and scoring 4 touchdowns, is there something else that stands out to you about this game?
Yeah, well, obviously, it's got to be how the rest of the division's caught up with Smyrna now. We've seen for the past 3 years total domination on the part of the Eagles. That's totally changed now. We got Central beating them. They're a Division I team. We got Dover beating them. They're also a Division I team. So I think, as I said, we're seeing a changing of the guard in Henlopen.
And I think, obviously, it's a change for the good. Because now you see all these teams, Smyrna is just not dominating. Also, something that happened in this game, head coach Mike Drudy from Smyrna got tossed in this game, ejected out, trying to pump up his team a little bit. So this is an intense rivalry. It did work a little bit. They got to within 8. Now, you know, it is one of those things where Smyrna, they're not the powerhouse that they used to be, so you see these other teams coming in, and it's pretty great.
And that's why there were fireworks after the game. It's been a long time since Dover's beat Smyrna.
And 4 TDs on the ground for Javon Peace. Now, for a bit more on that game and other games from around Delaware, going to send it over to Jonah Restuccio standing by.
All right, we just heard Javon talk about this play, obviously the biggest one of the night. So let's take a look at it here on the big screen. The quarterback, Aiden Sanchez, trying to get over. Peace, I think, is the only one who sees that he's trying to reach it over, punches it out, and he's going the other way. So when we slow this down for you, look at the awareness that Peace has. He comes in kind of late, sees the pile still moving. The referee's not blowing it dead. His teammates kind of gave up on it there, but he dives in and takes it 99 yards. I think that's longer than any of the rushes that he's had this season. Now, even though Smyrna had that late comeback, Dover's combination of speed and skill on both sides of the ball set them apart in this one. But without wasting any more time, there was a lot of other matchups to get to in Delaware. We're going to start at Caesar Rodney, senior night for the Riders, hosting Sussex Tech, who's looking to snap a 3-game skid. Ravens on the 1-yard line, and Michael Norsworthy with a huge hole to get in for 6. Tech, a great start on the road, up 7-0. And then Chase Snyder on the play-action rollout. He's going to find his tight end, Grant Lamers, wide open. He's got 40 yards of brand-new CR turf. 14-0. Tech offense looking good. And then Norsworthy, once again, his second touchdown of the night, lowering the shoulder and getting in. Sussex Tech snaps their 3-game losing streak, a statement win on the road, 41-6 over CR. So over to Felton, Lake Forest hosting Woodbridge, and from the opening snap, it would be all Blue Raiders. Jamon Kane, a name you hear very often on this show. He's a touchdown machine from the Bridge's first play of scrimmage, 72 yards to make it 7-0. And then this time, from a little closer, Kane dives in for his second score of the first quarter. So Woodbridge did their work on the ground, now through the air. Troy Haynes, he has a cannon, and he unloads it to Gabe Westcott. 38 yards, the PAT would miss, so 19-0. And another one. Haynes hits Tron Stones on the slant, and he does the rest for 6. Woodbridge wins their 3rd in a row, 47-7. Undefeated Delmar visiting Seaford, already up 7-0. The Wildcats would strike again. Dante Trader Jr. takes the sweep, dodges a couple defenders, and he goes 25 yards to the end zone. Now check this out. Delmar still on the move. Sick one-handed catch by Tayshawn Denard, the softest mitts in the Henlopen Conference. He's rolling 44 yards in for another score. And then the Cats getting after it on defense. Zach Covington, some great instincts, picks off the screen and almost takes it back for a pick 6. But A.J. Angelo, he would finish what Covington started. The QB keeper in for another score. Delmar improves to 7-0 on the season, 45-6. And one final game to get to, Central and Poly up in Woodside. Not much. We see the backups getting some action for one of the top teams in the Henlopen. So we got to show the second stringers some love. Michael Glandon to the freshman Jeremiah Wilson sets them up nicely in the red zone, and they would capitalize. Jaden Savage puts them up 42-0, and that would be the final. Central with their 4th shutout of the year, a top 3 statistic defense in the whole state of Delaware. They improved to 6-1 on the season. Back to Trey and Jeff and Ryan for some more scores around the first state.
And, of course, these other scores to get to you in the Henlopen. Milford getting a shutout win against a good Cape team on homecoming. They win this game by a final of 38-0. The Vikings homecoming all spoiled. They fall to 1-6.
Yeah, now this is a bit of a shocker. You see it in the bottom right-hand corner there. We all probably thought that Laurel was going to come into the game and run the table, but Indian River picking up a huge win right here, 44-28. So putting up a lot of points to take down this Laurel team.
Yeah, IR getting their second win on homecoming.
There it is.
Thinking of partying tonight in Dagsboro, you might have to take a road.
I was going to say, just take
a detour to go home.
Trip down the road. It is good to see Indian River take a win there, and it's a good night for the Henlopen. Likely a lot to talk about as we head down the stretch. So, what are you guys looking forward to? And once again, let's just talk about the night that was. And maybe the big takeaways moving forward.
Yeah, I don't want to say too much and read too much into a win over Seaford. But Delmar and just how deep they are, the depth of Trader Jr. And you got Denard, who scored 8 touchdowns in the playoff
game
last year. And then you talk about Covington, a kid who's only a junior as well. So just the depth of Delmar, they strike me as like a Division I team playing in D2.
You can see them out there, just how poised and how Hearn has that team ready to compete each and every game, and then especially to make another state title run. And also, let's talk about Woodbridge a little bit. Yeah, they're up against a Lake Forest team, not really evenly matched, but Woodbridge, again, another team that's starting to come into form now, 5 wins. So you're going to look at them, one of their last games of the season against Delmar, so a big matchup coming. That team, Woodbridge, starting to come into form just a little bit.
That's exactly right. Yeah, that's going to be a big one. Last game of the year, regular season.
Big night for Dover, Woodbridge, and Delmar, but they're not the only ones that had big nights. We'll have more when we return as we head south and west to Maryland for some Bayside action.
That's exactly right. Easton came into tonight 0-11 against Kent Island in their last 11 games. But all it takes is 48 minutes to change that. That game when we come back.
My name is Will Argo. I play offensive guard for Sussex Tech, and you're watching Delmarva Sports Insider.